If you're looking to grow your small business on Instagram, one thing you can do to educate your target audience is to create carousels on Canva. So I'm going to click on my Canva app and then I would open it, and then I would show you how you can create slides that would educate the people you're trying to speak to, your target audience, about your brand or the solution that you provide for them. Okay, so this is the Canva app, and this is how it looks like on my phone and all of that. And when I started on Instagram in 2021 as an IELTS coach, I was using this app to teach people different things about the IELTS test, the listening, reading, writing, speaking, and so on. So I'm going to show you how to create this as well. The first thing you need to do is go to the Google Play Store, or if it's the Apple Store that you use, just go there and type Canva. That's if you don't have the app already. Okay, type Canva and it will bring it out. So you see that I have the app already, and that's why it's showing like this. So, but of course, it's a tool that allows you to create, to design, and all of it. So once you open it, just takes me back. It will take me back to my app and all of it. Now, I use it for so many things, okay, including my podcast, the cover art and all of it. Now, let's assume you are using this for Instagram. You can actually come here and just type Instagram, okay, Instagram posts. You can do that, but you don't even need to stress yourself because it was already showing there. Cancel this, and then can you see up here? You can see Instagram posts. Now, click on this. You're going to have templates that you can use easily, okay? It has already been designed for Instagram. So what you do is you choose the one that you want to use. Now you can see these different designs by different people. You can pick some of them, and you see that some of them are showing pro. Okay, some of them are free. You don't need to pay. You don't need to use the paid Canva to use them. But I used the paid Canva because after some time, I needed more quality or higher quality pictures. I wanted to access more things, and so I began to pay about $6 thereabout for the pro version. But I promise you that you can do so much with the free version. So let's assume you want to design a carousel that would probably educate your audience about something. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick I'll pick this one, this beige minimalist one, because we want to add text and picture to what we're going to do. Now, one thing that would make this very easy for you is if you already have the content that you want to teach, like you already have what you want to teach your audience typed down in your Google Docs, it will make so much sense because it will be fast and you won't waste any time. So what I did for the sake of this training was I went on Bing, the Microsoft Bing, and I used the AI to type this question: how to create carousels on the Canva app and grow your small business on Instagram. And so Bing answered the question. So for the sake of this, I already have the response. This is not my information, but of course I know what I'm teaching you. So let's assume that you have already typed or you've done your research of what you want to teach your audience. Make sure it is already in your Google Docs, okay? So I want to copy this title. You know that we have already picked a template that we want to use. So this title, I will copy it. Now I will go back to Canva, okay? I'll go back to Canva. I chose this design because it just looks like something I want to use, but you don't have to, settle. You can pick whatever you want, but for the sake of this tutorial, I just want to keep it very simple because it's the first time, okay? So I'm taking this design and, I just clicked on it and then I'll paste it from my phone the way I copied it, okay? And then I would delete this. No, I'm not deleting the design. Now, where this phone is, I'm going to, I just deleted. Did you see what I did? I deleted this shop now because I don't need it, okay? So you just click on it and you choose that, the waste bin icon. This picture, we're going to make use of it. I'm going to insert the Canva logo here. Now, how do you insert a logo or a picture? Okay, so look down. Can you see this arrow going up, arrow coming down thing where you have replace under it? So I'm not going to my gallery. I want to go to photos. I want to use pictures from inside Canva. So I'm going to click on photos and here I would type Canva. So let's see. Okay, so you see that there are already suggestions here. So I'll click on the Canva logo just because I want something that looks like Canva. So you can see these different things. So I'm just going to scroll down to see if I can pick something better, something that is bigger. Okay, I don't like the things I'm seeing down here, But you know, but irrespective of what you're using this for, you will always find what you need. So for the sake of this, or let me just click on ordinary Canva. Let's see what it's going to bring out. Okay, they are still similar. Well, I'm just going to pick this first one because it is big. But now it's not showing the way I want it to show. So I might have to, let's see, if we enlarge it, it's still not working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think I want to remove the phone, or let's see if there's a way to make that image smaller. We can't make the image smaller. So when you want to crop, like you want to you know, reduce the size, you just double tap the picture, and that's why we have this. I double tapped on it. Now you can look under, you can see that you can crop. It's going, it's rotating. I'm not rotating, but I think I want it to be smaller, but I can't do that because the phone already is small. So what I can do is I can remove this phone entirely. So I'm going to delete the phone, and you know, when you click on that bin icon, you delete the frame, it will take everything away. So we can now click on that plus sign again, and then it will go back, just you know, this bottom icons, go back to photos and pick Canva. So you see that you have the Canva image alone. Okay, so you place it up here. This shop now thing, we delete it because we don't want it. This is our topic, right? Yeah. So but if you're not comfortable, if this is not your brand color, you know, you want to change the colors as well. And because this Canva design is what it is, I think I'm going to change the colors to match that somehow. So first of all, let's change this color. So you look down, you see color here. So I have my own brand colors, but let's assume you just want to use colors that are related to Canva itself. You can use this. I chose this color. I don't know what it is. I'm not good with colors and all of that. But then you see that I've changed. As I clicked on that, it's changed to this one. It looks like Azure, but I don't want to mess up because I'm not good with colors. So this, you click on this other, there's a design here. So you click on this second one, and then let's see what we want to do. Okay, is that good? Should we make it, take it away? Should we put this? Okay, this doesn't look bad. Okay, so you see this, right? Yeah, and then the background color itself, that looks like a very light beige, you know, we can take that out and use maybe a complete white so that the three colors just sit well. And if you want to move this very big design down here, you just move it around. You see what I'm doing? Okay, so you move it around, you take it, you make it lower. If you want to make your Canva big, you make it big. If you want to make it small, you make it small. Okay, and you see that this design here is pretty good, so I'm leaving it. But then our text looks like it's just, you know, the way we brought it. You can change the font. You can change the font. So you just go down. I'm not sure you saw that. Let me do it again. Oh, sorry. You see down, you see font, you see text styles, you see font size, color, format, spacing, effect. The more you use Canva, the more you'll be able to do. But let me just change this font, for example. So for your first page, you want to use a font that is bold and, you know, eye-catchy. So I've used this Anton, and then because I want it to be bigger, I've chosen Anton. I want it to be bigger. I'm going to go to font size. So you can just toggle this line to fit your page. You see that it's bigger. I chose 63. If you don't want to toggle, if you know the exact size you want, you just change the 63 to maybe 70. And when you change it, you see if it is perfect for your page. So you see that this is bold, right? And I think we can actually just move this one up. Oh, it's smaller. So you can also zoom your screen. Just put your two fingers on your screen, on your phone screen, and do this, especially when you are dealing with things that are too small. So you touch this now. You see that I'm able to move it better because I zoomed in. So now we are going to, oh no. So you need to be careful when you are doing this. When you zoom in and you want to change something else, try to zoom out back so that you don't mess up the things that you already put on the screen or on the design. So to move this up, I just touched it once and I moved it up a little bit. Okay, this is it. But it looks like the text is too much, you know, all at everything is just too much together. I want to space it out a bit. So I'm going to go ahead to cut some part of it from this Canva app to Instagram. I'm going to take it out of this particular text box and I'm going to cut. I clicked on cut. So can you see this? Now I'm going to insert another text box. So you just go down here. I'm not sure I showed you how to do that. When you want to insert another text box, you click on the plus sign to the left, extreme left here, and then you just scroll down this bottom area where you have gallery and all of that. Click on text and then say add a text box. If you already know the text box that you want, you can go with it. You know that you want to use, you can go with it. If not, just click on add a text box. So I chose this text box. Remember that we copied our text before, so I'm just going to paste it from my phone. Now can you see how it came out? I still don't like the way it is, right? So I'm just going to keep zooming. Okay, so you see that it is kind of too wide. It's, you know, it's spaced kind of too, it's just too wide, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to click on that box and then I'll go to spacing. The spacing between the lines seems to be too much, so I can, you know, can you see this line spacing here? If you want to reduce it, you take it to the left. If you want to increase it, you take it to the right. So I reduced it a tiny bit, and then, you know, it's a bit close. So I can go back to this initial box and then widen it. You can widen to increase the size. Okay, so you see what I've done. Even though they are not aligned on the same side, but this is just me showing you what you can do with Canva, and I assure you that the more you create, the more creative you be, the more things you try, the easier it will get for you. So if you don't like it being in the center the way it is, just go back to this B where you can see format, and then you can change where you want it to be. So do you want it to be like this, you know, justified? Do you want it to go to the left, to the right? Do you want it in the center? Do you want it in the left? I think it is better on the right, right? It looks like it is managing the space well. Okay, so remember that when you create, you're free to, there's no one way to create. You keep learning, you keep getting better. Now this initial box looks too tight, so I want to, you know, reduce the space. I want to increase the space, yeah, so that everything kind of looks the same. So you see how to create carousels on the Canva app and grow your small business on Instagram. And if you want to change the color of any of the text, you just click on the box and then you go to color. So I'm going to try white. Oh no, it's terrible. White is terrible. Okay, so there's black, there's this color, there's this. Just feel free to explore. Just, okay, this looks pretty funny. I don't like it, so let's just maintain the black. Okay, but that was just to show you. And if you want to have access to more colors, you can see this, what's this thing called, this color grade or something like that. You can choose whatever color. You just keep touching the bottom here and touching the top here, and before you know it, you have what you want. And if you make a mistake, you can always click on the, go to this top left corner. You can see this back arrow here. So if you make, that's the beautiful aspect of Canva, you can always correct mistakes. It's not like some apps where you would have done something and then you click on it and it's all gone. So I think I like this. This is supposed to be brown, right? I like it because it just tampers with everything somehow. Nonetheless, I'm going to go on to the next thing. Now, this really great site happens to be a very common handle when I want to take designs from Canva, and you will see it a lot when you try to create your own designs. But of course, your name is not really great site, so you need to change this to your own Instagram handle. So to edit this, you can no, that's not it. To edit it, can you see down here at the bottom of my phone of the app, you see edit. Okay, so when you just click on edit, it's going to highlight everything and you just type your own. Mine is content with Adenike. Okay, that's my name, content with Adenike. So you have this. Now if you don't want it in that location, you can bring it somewhere here so that it is highlighted, right? And then you can actually bring this your text a bit downward so that, you know, it's not sitting on your Canva logo in that sense. Okay, so this is the design you have. All right, and then you have your name, and if you feel like it is too small, you can come here and toggle it a little bit until you think that it is okay. Okay, so I'm just going to use the number so I can put it at 22. Okay, and then I can just move it. So feel free, you know, design is subjective, except of course there are certain rules and all of it. I'm not good with colors and all of this, so I know these things, but the more you do, the better you will get. Let me take this on down and see Oh no, it's messed it up. Okay, so we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it the way it is. I wanted to try something else. Anyways, this is your cover page. It's not perfect and it's not imperfect. It's just a design. So the more you do things on Canva, the better I will get. Now, if you want to add your page number, you want to add number to your pages, it is better to do it at the very beginning from your very first slide. I have seen that some people don't number from their first page. I don't know why they do that. Maybe they want the first page to be very beautiful. But the reason I like to number is when you download the slides to your phone, sometimes it is the numbers that will help you to identify how you are going to arrange them on Instagram. Okay, so let me show you how to add number. If you want to add number to this, just come back to this purple circle that has the plus sign and you add a text box. So you see that the text box is here now. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking, so I'm kind of breathing fast. So you click on just type number 1. Okay, since it was already highlighted, type number 1 and then you bring it down, you drag it down here. It's kind of too big, right? So you click on font size and toggle down until you think it is small enough. It is not too visible, but you know it is there. Now, if you want to move it like down, you want to move it down. You see, if you touch it, it would move, right? But sometimes, you see, we've done it, right? You see that it is there. But if you touch it, especially when it is too small, let me reduce the size a little more. When it is too small, moving it around would mess up with the size. So don't forget what I said, that you can zoom the screen in, make sure it is small. Even if it is very, very small, keep zooming the screen in and then you can now drag it to wherever you want it to be. Okay, and make sure you don't touch any other design until you have zoomed out right back. So if you want to put a color like you want to put like a circle or a square or a design behind the number, just go back to that plus sign and then go to elements. Elements is just beside text. It has the heart shape, the triangle, the square, and the circle. So just come here. You can search for what you need, or there are already suggestions. So you can choose circle. Okay, you choose circle and then you pick a circle and then you go and place it. Oh, excuse me. You go and place it behind the number 1. But you can see that very good for us. It's the number 1 is not covered by the circle. There are cases where your circle or whatever element you bring would cover your number. So if it happens like that, okay, in this case now, let's assume that we want the circle to come to the front of the number 1. You want the circle to cover number 1. You just, scroll around this bottom icons and click position. When you click on position, if you click on forward, you see I clicked on forward twice and the number 1 has disappeared. But if you want that number 1 to come back to the front, you're going to send the circle backward and it is there. Okay, it's there. So you see it is not covering the Instagram and it is not covering the number 1, but it's still too big, right? So you can just go ahead to zoom. You go ahead to zoom and you make it small. It's still not enough. Remember, you're using your phone. If you don't have a laptop, you can always do this on your phone. It's not perfectly easy, but it does the job, right? You see, I'm still zooming in, I'm zooming in because I want the circle to be just around the 1. It's not yet perfect. But I think, okay, good, done. Can you see this? So you zoom out back and you see that it is done. It doesn't look too bad for a design, right? So now if you want to give them like a call to action where you want them to keep slide to swipe, rather, you want to say swipe so that they can read, so that they are aware that it's not just a single image, but there are going to be other pages behind it. You want to write swipe for more, okay? Or you want to say learn more or something like that. So we just go back to the plus sign and we click on text and we say we add a text box and then we can write swipe for more. Okay, swipe for more, right? You have that there. So just be careful not to tamper with other designs. You see that it's in the middle, so you want to move it and place it under this place under Instagram. Okay, and in many cases people put an arrow just to create that visual understanding. Okay, so if you want to add an arrow, you click on the plus sign again, you go back to elements and you click on arrow. Okay, you see that we chose circle before, that's why circle is still showing. So you can just cancel the you can use the X to get rid of it, and you just choose the arrow suggestion. There are different types of arrows, so you can just choose the one you like. I'm going to choose this twisted arrow because it's just kind of cute. So it's kind of big, right? You want it to fit into this page. Your front page is so busy already. It doesn't have to be this busy, right? But because it has, the image, the big text, the number, everything. So you can leave this arrow here, you know. You can do it like this. You can change the color. You can come down here, change the color. If you want it to be a color that matches your overall theme or something like that. So I think it's good, right? It looks pretty nice. So it looks like we're doing a lot of black and azure sky blah blah color. Okay, so this is it. This is our first cover. Let's move on. Now, I don't create new pages until I have perfected the design of my first page so that I can easily duplicate. Because do you want to go and be writing your username on every page again? Do you want to put number on every page again? No, you only want to edit the numbers. So what you can do is, you have already created this first page, right? You remember we chose a template. You don't have to start your design afresh. But at least if you take the original design and this current design, there's some difference because we changed the colors, we changed some things. Okay? Now, let us duplicate this page so that we can have more pages and add the other text of things that we want to say. So you're going to click on this page, the page at the bottom that is showing you the slide. This one down here is showing you the slide. Now click on that. Can you see that right next to it there's a plus sign? If you click on the plus sign, it will give you a completely blank page. But I don't want a blank page. You don't want a blank page when you have already created some part of your design that you want to repeat. So you're going to use this back arrow to say, no, I don't want the blank page. You want this same page to be replicated for you. So you come down, you see add, you see duplicate, you see delete. Even if you make the mistake of clicking on delete, you just have to click the back arrow. That's the blessing that Canva is. We want to duplicate, so let's do just that. So click on duplicate. Can you see that the same design has been duplicated? You can do it, as many times as possible. I'm clicking on duplicate repeatedly so that you can see that you have many pages. Okay, so how many pages do I have now? My phone is not responding. I'm sorry. Okay, so I've created 6. Oh, I clicked on it too many times. I have it 18 times. Now, Instagram does not allow you to have 18 carousels in one. It only allows you to have 10. So delete 18, delete 17, delete 16, delete 15. I'm taking my time to do this because I just like to teach in a way that it's very simple and ridiculous. Anybody can understand. So I'm doing this. But of course, it is not this front cover that you want to have on every slide, right? There's more information to come. That's why you told them to swipe for more. So you can do this if the thing on your first page is going to be the same thing as everything you have on the other pages. But if that's not the case, there's no point having your first page as your entire 10 slides. So I'm going to delete it all the way back to the first one that we designed because we want to go back to our Google Docs to copy the things that we want to teach, assuming that we are teaching somebody. I said I used Bing. I used Bing to search for an example of what you can put out. I use the Bing AI. So this is the second page. Right now, just come back here and delete the things you don't want. Of course, you don't want some part of it, so you might not want this Canva logo anymore, so you just click on it and you click on delete. Then this up here, you might not want it as well, though it is good to have headings for whatever you type. So you see that we have this, but we're not going to use it in uppercase. We're going to change it to lowercase. So you just click on the box, you click on format, and you come to this place where you can see AA. Okay, so it happens that this particular text cannot be changed to lowercase, so we need to go and change the font. So you go back to fonts and you choose a font that is easy to read, in lowercase. So you can choose this Allegria. I like Allegria because it can be kind of curvy sometimes. So you go back to that B, the format, and then you format it to lowercase. Why is it not responding? Something is not right. Or maybe let me see. I don't know. Something is not right about it. Let me just select all and write in lowercase. It's still the same thing. Okay, no problem. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Let's just go back. Let's just go back. Or you delete it completely and just click on your box and you bring in a text box. Add a text box, okay? So we have a text box, right? Now that you have your text box, you need to put what you want to. Now this is somebody's logo, I believe. So you might want to get rid of it because it's not your, if it's not your logo, it's not your logo, okay? So let's delete it and let's go back to that initial page and just delete it. But if you have a logo, you can actually, slot it in here. And in most cases, you can actually use your Instagram picture. Okay, your Instagram picture can pop in here. So I'm just going to get rid of it and maybe you can slot in another design. But you see that we have this here. So that's, your paragraph text. Let's just go here and then copy the text we want to add. I'm going to do this pretty fast now because I'm sure this video is already very long. So you copy this, copy your text. Now, I'm not saying you should use AI and, put everything AI said. No, that's not original. I don't think AI works like that. AI only helps you to save time with research, things you don't know and all of it. And then you are more creative with it, more stylish. You can rewrite, you can proofread, you can, whatever it is you want to do. So we have brought this in here, but I think it's too small. So we want to kind of change the size. So you just come here and increase the size. You see that as you increase the size, it changes on the page. You want to make your text very readable so that people don't have any problems with it. Now remember that we copied the first page, so your number is still on number 1. So you zoom the page. You can do that right now or you can do it at the end. But I like to do it immediately so that I don't forget. It's just not good to have mistakes in your design. Okay, so I'm changing this number 1 to number 2. Now, this is not to say that you should aim for perfection, yes, but mistakes are not unforgivable. You would always improve. You always get better, okay? So this is the first one. And if you want to space it, just go to this sentence that begins with carousels and just put enter. And then, the space is there, okay? So you move it up a little so that it is not sitting too much on your design. The contrast is good. So you see this first page is good, right? Good. And I think it's too much to the edge. So it's a little too to the edge, right? So let's just fit it well. Actually, I think I'm going to change the font size again. Reduce the font size a bit. Yeah, I like it this way. It's more centralized. Okay, I hope you're learning. I hope you're enjoying this. Don't get tired. I'm not tired yet. We're gonna, do a couple of pages. So since we have the kind of page that we need, you just duplicate this as well. Okay, so you take this text, you click on it. No, this is what you want. You want to select all of the text so that when you go and copy and come back, you can easily delete it. But don't do it yet. Okay, you copied it down. So you come back to your Google Doc. You click on the next thing you want to do. You want to copy. You copy this one. You go back to this place because you've already copied this one ahead of time. Oh, okay, it's gone. No problem. Don't paste yet, but make sure you highlight, select all of this, select all, and then paste. So once you do that, what you brought from Google Docs is what you have here. So let's do the size. We increase the size. You see it's big and bold, right? But I like to agree with those that say that there shouldn't be too much text in your carousels so that people don't get too tired. Don't try to pack too much information in at once. Okay, so you change the number of this page to number 3. I think I'm just going to stop at 5 for the sake of this video. I know it's already very long. So this is number 3. Okay, so you zoom out back, you duplicate the page again. You duplicate the page again, you come back to it. But let's just go to our Google Docs, then we come back. Okay, so this is already numbered. So if you want to number on the page, like right up, copy this. Now when you bring it, it's most likely going to look exactly like that. Copy this one again, select all, then paste the one you brought. You see that number is here, but it's not. It can be more beautiful, it can be more, it can be nicer. And you see that, there are some reference numbers from the AI, what you copied from the AI tool, Bing AI. So you get rid of that. And that's why it's not exactly nice to copy the information exactly like that because, it was also sourced from people's pages. So I've removed that number 1 here. And I'm going to bring a more beautiful number 1. So you can just click on the box here. You add text. And then you have this. So you type number 1. Okay. But of course, it's too small, right? we don't want to lose it. Oh my goodness. You know what, just bring it up. It's already hiding behind the text that is there, so take it up so you can work on it easily. When you click on edit, you click on number 1, right? Then you make the size bigger. Click on your number 1. Where's the font size? You make it bigger. Okay, if you want to change the particular font so that it's something more more commanding, yeah, you can change it to this. Okay, this archival black, right? So you're done with that. You can just click the X and then you bring it up. And if you want a color behind it too, you go back to this, you choose your elements. If you want a square with the curved edges, you have it already, so you move it to the top. Make sure that you're clicking on the right thing. You see it's here, so you just do this, you make it smaller so that it fits. Okay, is it perfect? I don't think so. Okay, you see that Canva shows you the middle point. It's not in the middle point yet, but Canva kind of makes it easy for you. And if you want it to be more perfect, you can zoom in. Okay, so remember to change the number of this page from number 3 to number 4. Okay, so let's edit, change it to number 4. Okay, so we are through. This is our 4th carousel page. Now we're going to duplicate it to add the next thing. I said I'm going to stop at number 5. Then we'll do a cover for the back. So copy number 2. You can just keep that number 2. Copy your text. Copy. Okay, you come back to your page. You come here. Then you click on your box. You click on select all. Then you paste what you copied. Why is it not showing? Okay, so you paste what you copied. It feels like too much text, so as much as possible, don't give people too much information at once, so they don't get tired. You're right there on the internet, so you'll always be able to teach them. You're right there on Instagram, so you can always do a part 2. You can make it a series. Okay, so I just changed this number to number 2. So this is number 1, this is number 2. Remember I said you can go on to 10 pages and all, but this video is already very long, so I'm not going to 10 pages. So change this to number 5. Change this to number 5, and then you're done. Okay, but we're not like done, because we want to do a cover. Since we add a front cover, you want to add a back cover that would have your key call to action. So this is our front cover. This is our our inside text. There's still more information in the Google Docs, but I want to stop here because, as you can tell, I'm even I'm breathing so heavily, so I want to stop at this point, and let's create our cover page. So you can just duplicate your front cover, okay, and then click on it and then drag it to the end, and then paste it. Oh my, it did not stay. Let's do it again. It happens to me sometimes. I don't know if I'm supposed to make sure that there's that mark. Once you can see that mark, there's that line mark. Aha, it has stayed. So one thing I like to do is I like to bring in like a picture, like my picture or something like that, so that people know the person who is behind the information. So I've deleted that Canva app so that I can put my picture here. So you go to your app uploads. Anything you put in Canva will stay in Canva. It's the beautiful thing. So I have my pictures in here, so I'm just going to pick one of them. Okay, I just pick one picture. This is actually my Instagram picture at the moment. So you see I'm cropping it because I don't want all the unnecessary backgrounds to show. I just want my face and a bit of this, flower thing to show. Okay, so you have this, right? It's beautiful, so people know that it's you. There are so many ways to add your picture, but I'm just keeping it simple. And it's not like I'm a Canva pro, but I've used Canva for over 2 years now, and it was a major tool for making an income or earning an income. So okay, so this place, you just want to ask them a question, and something that will make them engage with the content. So you say, which of these, oh sorry, I deleted that, and I'm saying which of these Canva tips, or which of these tips, something like that, which of these tips will you try when you use your Canva app? Okay, I know it has covered the text, but don't worry, I'm gonna do it. So you can go to the other one and delete it. Okay, so which of these tips will you try? There's double space here, so I've removed it. So you can also make this smaller so that you can add other things. So You can have this, you can make it wider so that it will fit into this zero, this thing that you have here. And then we want to tell them other things. You want to tell them to like the post, comment. Now you don't want to say swipe for more because you've already finished everything, right? So but we can still use this arrow. So let's just bring in another box, so where we can say like this post, share it, save it. There are more sophisticated ways to do this, but I just want to wrap up and then comment below or share your thoughts or something like that. Okay, so it's better to use, if you want to use emojis from Canva, you can do that, but don't use emojis from your phone because your phone is likely to, Canva app is likely to distort it. It might not look the way you want it to be. Okay, so let's assume that you want to use the like icon, the like this post icon. You can just go to click on the plus sign, you go to photos, so you can get a graphic or something, but just type like. Okay, just type like icon or something like that. So let's see what it's going to bring. So you see that there are different likes and all of that. So but on Instagram, I think it's the art that we use on Instagram. So which one are we going to choose? We can just take this one. Okay, I chose a pro version one, but I told you you don't have to use the pro one if you're using the free Canva app. So just make this small. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. That's why you should do your designs long before you see me making it small, long before you're ready to post, so that you allow some time in case there are any mistakes. You will see it before you post. So if you're going to post on Monday, for example, try to do your designs maybe in the weekend or maybe early morning, sometime when you wake up and all of that. If you want to do the share, you want to use the share icon, so you just come back here and type share icon. Sorry, I should have just left that icon. Forgive me. I'm already I've done a lot of talking and I'm just not feeling too good anymore. So share, what's that share thing? The share thing on Instagram looks like I can't remember right now, but let me just pick something that looks like share. I know it's not this one that we use on Instagram. I know it's not this one, but the share thing on Instagram looks like a paper envelope, something like that. So I just want to put this here just to show you what you can do. Okay, just to show you what is possible. So you can do this, place it here. Oh no, I've tampered with something. That's why I say that we should always zoom out before you touch a design. So you want this to come, okay, it's getting too small. Okay, I am getting I think I'm running out of breath, but there's something I forgot. We're supposed to tell them to follow for more. Okay, we want to say they should follow for more, so just quickly add it here, follow for more. And you can always say follow for more. In my case, it will be follow for more, follow to learn more, follow to learn more about making money from home. Okay, this is what I'm using because I'm speaking to homeschool moms, not necessarily homeschool moms alone, but stay at home moms rather, stay at home moms who is, you might be homeschooling or not. All right, so we have this. I'm trying to make it smaller, and then place it back there. Okay, it's not so bad, right? But don't forget, you should always take your time to do it right and everything. But I just want to end here. Now remember to remove the number, okay, because this is the last number. So if you want to make this number 6, you can do that just for your own, for your own sake. It's the last page. All right, so this is it. Okay, so when you finish, just confirm that all your designs are good. Okay, so it looks like I took a video design, a design that's supposed to be an MP3 design, but you don't have to download it as an MP3 design. You can download it as, as JPEG or whatever. So click on this arrow up here, that arrow up there, and you click on download. But see, it's showing as, okay, yeah, it's PNG. Very good. Okay, so it's PNG, and then you just click on, there are 6 pages. If you're downloading all, you download all. If you're downloading some, it's fine. So once you have this, just click on download, and then it's going to prepare your design. It's going to prepare your design. It's going to prepare your design. It's going to prepare your design, and this is it. Okay, it's preparing, it's preparing, it's preparing. You just wait for it. Okay, sometimes it's faster. I don't know if the internet connection affects it, but you know, it's done. So once you finish, okay, once you finish with it, you just go ahead and open your Instagram app. Okay, you open your Instagram app, and then you go to your page, you click on your page. Okay, so this is my page. All right, so you click on the plus sign. You want to add a post, right? You want to add a post, so you'll see the pictures. They are going to show here. Can you see them? So you're going to select multiple. Now what you want to do is make sure you're not picking your last image. Remember the cover image. Your cover image is number 1. Then the other pages, as you're picking them, you'll be seeing the numbers. Then you see number 3, you see number 4, you see number 5, you see number 6. Once you've done this, you click on next, and then you confirm. You can also remove pages, or you can rearrange pages here. Okay, but I like it the way it is. So you click on next. When you click on next, it will bring you to where you're going to add your caption. Okay, it will bring you to where you're going to add your caption. So in here, you just type whatever caption you want to write. Let's assume you're picking something that's already in your Google Docs. You know, you add your caption, you add your hashtags, and then you click on share. But I'm stopping here for the sake of this video. Okay, so I hope that this helped you, and don't forget that Canva is an excellent tool. I've always used this. Everything I have done, you know, in terms of educating my own students, my IELTS students, before, you know, switching to homeschool and then to content marketing, has been solely Canva. Okay, so I hope that this video helps you, and please drop a comment below to let me know how helpful it was, what you just discovered, what you're going to try, and all of that. Okay, so I'll see you in another one. Stay well, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, don't subscribe now. Don't forget to follow me for more. Okay, see ya. Bye.